Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I would like to say thank you so much to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who has given us time and opportunity so we can join to this class without any trouble and obstacles. Secondly, salawat and salam to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam who has bring us from the darkness to the lightness. Thirdly, I would like to say thank you to Ma'am Lasmi Febrianingrum who has given us time to explain and present our material today. It's about structure and written in the TOEFL. Okay, before we start, let me introduce our group. My name is Ayudia Dwi Desti Fortina as a moderator and also first presentator. And then my friend Afifatun Nafsiyah as a second presentator, Nisa Febi Meliana as a third presentator, and the last presentator is Yulianti Agustini. Okay, before we start, let's start with reciting Basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you so much. For the first presentator, Ayudia Dwi Desti Fortina, time is yours. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ayudia Dwi Desti Fortina, and now I would like to answer the first until the 10th question. Okay, let's start. 1. Blah 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 arrange in color from pale yellow to bright orange. A. Canaries beach. B. Canaries. C. Dead canaries. D. Canaries that are. The right answer is B. Canaries, because from the option of the above require a subject. So to fulfill the requirement, there must be a subject and verb. Canaries is a subject and arrange is a verb. So the right answer is B. Canaries. 2. Blah 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 of precious games is determined by their hardness, color, and brilliance. A. The value label. B. It is the value. C. It is valuable. And D. The value. The right answer is D. The value, because from the optional of the above, verb is determined already exists. So we are only looking for the subject line, because it must have a subject and a verb. 3. Blah 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 tornado spins in a counterclockwise direction in the northern hemisphere. It spins in the opposite direction in the southern hemisphere. A. However. B. Because of. C. Although. D. That. The right answer is C. Although, because from the option, there are two clauses, subject and verb. A tornado spins and it spins. So, we need a connector the two clauses. There is although. So, the right answer is C, although. 4. The Caldecott Medal, blah blah blah, for the best children's picture book is awarded each January. A. A prize. B. Which prize? C. Is a prize which? D. Is a prize. The right answer is A. A prize. This is any two method. The first method is the sentence above has a subject, the Caldecott Medal, and a verb is awarded. This means that the sentence is complete. We don't need a verb anymore. Automatically, option C and D have been eliminated. Option B is also eliminated. eliminated. The sentence above only consists of one clause, so there is no need for a connector. Which? So the correct answer is A. The second method is a positive material. A positive is a noun that describes other noun, generally subject in TOEFL. So we just need a noun to explain the subject. The Caldecott medal. And what there is noun is the answer option A. 5. The horn of the rhinoceros consists of a cone of thick bundles of keratin, blah blah blah, from the epidermis. A. Grow. B. Grows. C. Growing. D. They grow. The right answer is C. Growing, because the sentence above contains subject, the horn, and verb consist. So we don't need any other verb. Automatically, select answer E and B are wrong. The answer choice D is also wrong because it creates another clause. Remember, two clauses must have one connector. So that leaves the answer option C. 6. Most species of Heliotrophs are weeds, blah blah blah, of them are cultivated. A. Some. B. But some. C. For some species. D. Some species. The right answer is B. But some. Because in the sentence above, there are two verbs, are and are cultivated. So there are two clauses. Remember, clauses must have one connector. Only option B contains a connector. But 7. Thunder occurs as blah 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 through air, causing the heated air to expand and collide with layer of cooler air. A. An electrical charge. B. Passes an electrical charge. C. The passing of an electrical charge. D. An electrical charge passes. The right answer is D. An electrical charge passes. Because in the sentence above, there is one clause, thunder occurs, and one connector, us. So you can guess the sentence above there must be two clauses. From the answer choices, only D is in the form of a clause. Remember, the clause consists of a subject and verb. 8. Researchers have long debated blah 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 Saturn's moon Titan contain hydrocarbon oceans and lakes. A. Over it. B. Whether it. C. Whether. D. Whether over. The right answer is C. Whether, because the sentence above has two clauses. Clause 1, researchers have long debated, and clause 2 is Saturn's moon Titan contains. So we just need one connector. Only option C, which is available, fulfills the condition. 9. Nimbostratus clouds are thick, dark gray clouds, blah blah blah, for bone rain. A. What? B. Which? C. What day? D. Which day? And the right answer is B. Which, because the sentence above contains subject, nimbostratus cloud, and verb are. Also, there is a verb for both. So there are two clauses. The clauses need one connector. The connector answer is B, which function as a connector as well as the subject of the verb for both. This material is included in the adjective clause material, and the right answer is B, which. 10. Blah blah blah. In several early civilizations, as cubit was based on the length of the forearm from the tip of the middle finger to the elbow. A. It was used as a measurement. B. A measurement was used. C. The use of a measurement. D. Use as a measurement. The right answer is D. Use as measurement. Because use as a measurement in several early civilizations, use as a measure at the beginning or past civilization. So the right answer is D. Use as measurement.
Well, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Afifatun Nafsia. And now I want to answer number 11 until 20. Okay, question number 11. Only when air and water seep through its outer coat, blah blah blah. A. Does a seed germinate? B. To the germination of a seed. C. A seed germinates. D. For a seed to germinate. And the answer E. Does a seed germinate? Why? Because there is a negative expression only at the beginning of the sentence. In the TOEFL, this indicates an inversion subject plus verb. The inversion form is commonly used in the question form, so the only option A is eligible. 12. Blah blah blah. Seasonal rainfall, especially in regions near the tropics, is winds that blow in an opposite direction in winter than in summer. A. Causing. B. That cause. C. To cause. D. What cause. So the answer is D. What cause. Why? Because what is need is the subject for the verb is. From the answer, choose that fulfill the requirements structurally and significantly. The answer choose are D. This material is included in the noun clause category where the noun clause acts as the subject of the sentence. The choice for answer A, B, and C can all be used as a subject, but they are not in accordance with the context of the sentence above. So it is very easy to use the meaning of translation approach. Next, number 30. The extinct Martian volcano Olympus Mons is approximately 3 times as blah 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 Mount Everest. A. High. B. High as is. C. Higher than. D. The highest of. So the answer B. High as is. Why? Because from the answer beside as plus adjective plus as. So choose of answer B which contains as. Next, number 50. In the northern and central parts of the state of Idaho, blah blah blah, and turning rivers. A. Majestic mountains are found. B. Found majestic mountains. C. Are found majestic mountains. D. Finding majestic mountain. So the answer is C. Are found majestic mountains. Why? Because there is a place expression 9 in the northern and central parts of the state of Idaho at the beginning of the sentence. In the TOEFL, this indicates an inversion reversal of subject plus verb or verb plus subject. Only the answer choose C fulfills the condition. Question number 14 until 20. The question is about written. In this case, choosing the wrong word. Okay, the question number 14. Light can travels from the sun to the earth in 8 minutes and 20 seconds. And the wrong word is B. It travels. Why? Because modal plus verb 1. Pure no feels. It means not at in front of word. And travels is wrong because there is an at s after it. So the correct answer is travel. Next, number 60. Every human typically have 23 pairs of chromosomes in most cells. And in question number 60, the wrong word is have. Why? Because the correct answer is has. Every belongs to a single category, so we need a word that is singular, so it's has. Next, 17. Most sedimentary rocks start forming when grains of clay, silt, or sandy settle in a river valley or on the bottom of lakes and oceans. And the wrong word is sandy. C. Why? Because sandy here is adjective. And the correct answer is sand. Why? Because sand is noun. If at the beginning of the word use noun, then the next word must use noun. Okay, the next question, number 18. The total thickness of the ventricular walls of the heart are about 3 times that of the atria. The wrong word is are. Why? Because at the beginning of the word thickness, not saying it's more, but one single. And the correct answer is is. Next, number 19. The type of jazz known as swing was introduced by Duke Ellington when he wrote and records. And the wrong word is that records. Why? Because should be a record here using verb 2, not verb 1. And he wrote here is used verb 2, so that's the next word is using verb 2. So the correct answer is recorded. Next, number 20. The bones of mammals, not unlike those of other vertebrates, show a high degree of differentiation. And the wrong word is not alike, because unlike alike used at the end of a sentence, and will the word alike here is in the middle of a sentence.
Text reading for question number 1 until 9. Number 1. This passage is mainly talking about A. North American birds. B. Audubon's route to success as a painter of birds. C. The works that Audubon published. D. Audubon's preference for travel in natural habitats. The correct answer is B, because the text tells the story of John James Audubon's success plot. Number 2. The word foremost in the first sentence is closest in meaning to A. Prior, B. Leading, C. First, D. Largest. The correct answer is C, because of the synonym of foremost, i.e. first. Number 3. In the second paragraph, the author mainly discusses A. How Audubon developed his painting style. B. Audubon's involvement in the mercantile business. C. Where Audubon went on his excursions. D. Audubon's unsuccessful business practice. The correct answer is D. Because in the second paragraph, John James Audubon practiced in many companies and left it. Then he was imprisoned for debt and his business career ended in 1890. So, the correct answer is D. Number 4. The word mood in line 7 could best be replaced by A. Method, B. Forgive, C. Average, D. Trend. The correct answer is A, because on line 7 talk about the mode John James Audubon operate business. The word mode here is interpreted as a way. The way here is the same as the method. So, it can be concluded that the word mode can be replaced with the word method. Number 5. Audubon decided not to continue to pursue business when A. He was injured in an accident at a grist mill. B. He decided to study art in France. C. He was put in prison because he owed money. D. He made enough money from his paintings. The correct answer is C. He was put in prison because he owed money. Because at the last sentence in the second paragraph, his business career ended when he was put in prison for debt. Number 6. The word pursue in line 11 is closest in meaning to A. Imagine, B. Share, C. Follow, D. Deny. The correct answer is B. Share. Because the word share is more suitable to connect with the next word and replace the word pursue. Number 7. According to the passage, Audubon paintings A. were realistic portrayals, B. used only black, white, and gray, C. were done in oils, D. depicted bird in cage. The correct answer is A. were realistic portrayals, because John James Audubon painted the natural life that he saw. For example, is a bird. Realistic here means that the image is made according to the same circumstance, both proportion and anatomy are made similar to the object in the image. So, the correct answer is A. Number 8. The word support in line 13 could best be replaced by A. Tolerate, B. Provide for, C. Side with, D. Fight for. The correct answer is D. Fight for, because the word support in the text is matching with the word fight for. 9. It can be inferred from the passage that after 1839, Audubon A. unsuccessfully tried to develop new business, B. continued to be supported by his wife, C. traveled to Europe, D. became wealthy. The correct answer is D. became wealthy, because in the text in 1839, John's works were published, then his fame and fortune was ensured. Text reading for questions number 10 until 15. Number 10. The subject of the preceding paragraph was most likely A. Ways of producing honey, B. Stories in the media about killer bees, C. The chemical nature of killer bee attacks, D. The creation of the killer bee. The correct answer is D. the creation of the killer bee, because the story of text is about the killer bee. Number 11. The main idea of this passage is that killer bees A. have been in the news a lot recently, B. have been moving unexpectedly rapidly through the Americas, C. are not as aggressive as their reputation suggests, D. are a hybrid rather than a pure breed. The correct answer is C. are not as aggressive as their reputation suggests, because in the text it is stated that the killer bees are reputed to be extremely aggressive in nature, although experts say that their aggression might have been somewhat inflated. So the answer is that C. bees are not as aggressive as their reputation suggests. Number 12. The word inflate in line 4 could best be replaced by A. exaggerate, B. blown, C. aired, D. burst. The correct answer is A. exaggerate, because what is suitable to replace the inflate word in the sentence is exaggerate. To find the answer by translating and matching. Number 13. It can be inferred from the passage that the killer bee A. traveled from Brazil to Africa in 1995. B. was a predecessor of the African bee. C. was carried from Africa to Brazil in 1955. D. did not exist early in the 20th century. The correct answer is C. was carried from Africa to Brazil in 1955. Because in the second paragraph it is clear that B was created when the African strain was imported into Brazil in 1955. Number 14. Why were African bees considered beneficial? A. They produce an unusual type of honey. B. They spend their time traveling. C. They were aggressive. D. They hid from inclement weather. The correct answer is C. They were very aggressive, because in the text it has been explained that the bees are very aggressive. Number 15. A hybrid in line 5 is A. a mixture, B. a relative, C. a predecessor, D. an enemy. The correct answer is A. a mixture, because what is suitable to replace the hybrid word in the sentence is a mixture. To find the answer by translating and matching. Thank you so much for all presentator. I'm so sorry if I have so many mistakes. The last I say wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.